The Jacob Media Sports Network, in partnership with 97.3 ESPN, brings you the Mays and Eytan Show.
Middays with Harry Mays and Eytan Shander.
Now, it's the Midday Show with Harry Mays and Eytan Shander on 97.3 ESPN Radio.
Well, this is a first and hopefully not the last by any means, because I can say without a doubt, Harry Mays, that for the next 2 hours, we will be in the nicest studio that the two of us have ever worked in, especially since doing this show together, the Mays and Eytan Show, we have a total takeover today. And remember that word, T, because it's the Tony Bruno. Normally, we have to wait until, 1:30 to cross the streams with Tony and Miss Robin.
And that's only for like 10 minutes.
Today, we've got 2 hours.
How many hours? No, 2 hours.
Correct.
Is this thing on down here? Finally in the wine center.
I love
this.
it.
Not
awesome.
the bet center,
No.
in the wine cellar, not the wine center.
We just heard the bet center.
We just heard the bet center.
This is really nice, though.
This is amazing.
You know, we've seen this on your Twitch channel, Bruno Nation Live, but to be here in person, like this whole place is awesome.
I even had the streets cleared so that you would have parking right in front of the house.
Do you realize how difficult that is to get parking in South Philadelphia?
Don't worry, the PPA will be out there in 5 minutes
I actually
marking
went out
our
and
tires.
did a preemptive strike. I went out and talked to the PPA man.
You did?
A nice guy. I see him all the time. He knows I live here because I have a 24 sticker on my car. So I pointed out that your two cars were here, and we were doing a very special. So I'm going to get out the crime scene tape, put it around your cars. I've already talked to the PPA, so you guys should be safe for a couple of hours. And nothing will happen to your cars.
I thought you and the PPA were at odds.
Well, I'm not at odds. They're at odds with me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not at odds with anybody.
That's how it usually is. You walk out the door feeling great. It's the world that has the agenda.
I think I'm the victim of targeted harassment by the city of Philadelphia because they know that they could ticket your car unjustly and then boot your car and then tow your car away, and they hold you hostage. You have to pay them like $700 for three $26 tickets that you didn't deserve, and all of a sudden it becomes $460 so that you can get the boot taken off your car before they tow it to the impound lot.
And yet still, not 1 cent goes to fixing a pothole.
No, exactly right.
Did you ever get the boot?
I got the boot last week.
You did?
Yeah.
From where?
No,
not my last radio job. I actually walked away from that one. I didn't
too.
No, yeah, exactly.
Not me. I got the boot.
So I think I'm the only man in America to walk away from a radio job and get paid to get a divorce.
Yes, you're the only man who got walked away from radio and a wedding and a marriage and got paid both times.
Right.
You talk about a parlay
Let
right
me
there.
give him a word. Seriously. You couldn't go to Vegas or any of the online sites and get that kind of action anywhere.
Not at all. That would not show up on the bet center. I promise you.
Miss Robbins at the controls. Josh back in the studios at 97.3 FM. We're on the Twitch stream, too, if you can join us. People will be chiming in on Twitch. People will be chiming in on your text boards, right, Har?
Yes.
Right, Eytan?
609-403-0973. So we have that thing up and running right away. And
beautiful.
It's amazing, the difference, right? Because we'll take calls as well, but you see it on the Twitch channel, the interaction you get via text and the ability to thread that in throughout the show is much different than a phone call in which you don't know which way that thing's going to go. And, it takes 40 seconds just to get the connection going. And, well, I'd like to tell you something that you've already said already. So
as opposed to,
What up?
It is What Up Wednesday, boys.
That's
by the way.
right.
Well,
You know what else it is today, guys? It's a very important day.
huge day.
It is National Cheeseburger Day, or as we call it by frequenting all these establishments for pregame shows, it's every day is National Cheeseburger Day. Do we need a National Cheeseburger Day?
You would think, like what's next? Hot dog day? What's
There is
more?
a hot dog day.
Is there really?
Yeah, there is.
What's more common of a food than a cheeseburger that doesn't have a day yet?
How about potato chip?
We have that's a good one.
French fry day.
I feel like there's a French fry day. I feel
should be.
there's a taco day, right?
Every Tuesday's Taco
Well,
Tuesday.
that's
Absolutely.
LeBron has
Yeah.
taco.
Well, no, they shot that down.
Good.
Thank God.
Real quick.
By the way, are you a Parrot head? Huh?
I was.
Does he
Back
jump
in-
the shark? Has Jimmy Buffett
Yeah,
jumped the shark?
Even for me, he has. And I went to a lot of shows in the 80s and 90s when it was really a lot of fun. But I haven't gone in 20 years.
Is he still touring?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Every year.
Oh,
every
okay.
summer.
Is that right?
Would you stop touring if every time you went somewhere the same 150,000 people show up to
No.
watch you drink beer and sing the same songs, which are fun? Listen, summertime, Buffett on,
Yeah.
out on the beach in a bar somewhere, How are you not going to say, "Oh yeah, I love that song, bro"?
He's got a lot of P1s in every city, Tony.
Well, that's the thing. I wasn't knocking. I just thought something might have been, maybe he got up there or.
Well, we all do.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying I'm not knocking the jukebox element
He's still
of it.
sharp.
How old is he right now?
He's probably in his 70s.
Yeah. Oh, well, listen, if you could fill a stadium, then God bless you. I'm not
He's
knocking
not
that.
filling like 60,000 seat stadiums. He does fill the venues,
The amphitheaters.
Yeah, the amphitheaters. The outdoor. Robin has a.
Well, no, he actually started a retirement community in Florida.
That's right.
It's called Margaritaville.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's how old he is.
Wow. Now, how
Well,
exclusive?
You can have your own retirement community where people dress up with parrot heads and what do you call it? The shirts,
Hawaiian
the
shirts.
Hawaiian shirts
Yeah.
every single day of the rest of your life. It's like living in Disney World. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
72.
72.
Think about how exclusive of a club that must be to get in there, though. Like, you have to pass a couple of tests.
It's not like the Villages.
No, you're not. You're not just walking in there saying, I'd like to drop my grandmother off.
Any octogenarian with a Viagra subscription can go to Villages.
So the
best part-
Octomom?
Octogenarian.
Oh.
The
That means
best
you're in
part
your
is
80s.
No, I know.
every afternoon at happy hour, there's a 2-drink minimum just to get in. So he's making money still on all the retired people who have a lot of money and can spend the rest of their money on parrot shirts and all the other stuff. Now, when you hear those sounds, that means that's one of our Twitch followers chiming in. So we have like walk-up sounds. They're called blurps, right, Robin?
That was somebody following. The blurp walk-up sounds were usually like little pieces of music or phrases.
See, there's all kinds of
That's
things now.
amazing.
This is the new world. This is technology, fellas.
People have their own walk-up.
Yes. Well, every athlete
Song.
has a walk-up
Well, I
song.
know.
Baseball players, football players, wrestlers.
Yeah, if you're a subscriber to the Bruno Nation Live Twitch channel, then you are eligible to choose a blurp walk-up sound, and you can do that.
What would your walk-up song be if you had a walk-up song, Harry?
I'm sure you've thought about this plenty of times.
No, I mean,
There's one of them.
No, come on. See, people have a lot of ones that are different that
Yeah.
normally wouldn't be played over the air.
I don't know if that would be Harry's.
Yeah,
but
No, that's not Harry.
It's probably close to it. though.
it would probably be something heavy, like some heavy guitar song.
Really?
Yeah. I would want something loud.
I might need to mute those.
Yeah, you may have to mute the
I
blurps today.
might need to mute the blurps while we're on terrestrial.
Oh, that was a blurp. That
Yes.
wasn't a failed
wasn't a
dro-
walk-up.
Oh, okay.
Is a blurp a walk-up? We got to
Yes.
get this term out. So blurp is a walk-up.
Yeah, but
All
it
right.
wasn't Harry's walk-up. It
No.
was somebody else's.
Harry doesn't have a walk-up.
No, I like
Yeah, here you go.
You were doing the beginning chords of "Whole Lot of Love."
Right.
Like, I would love that song.
Yeah,
that would work.
like that. But just that part.
Right, just the riff.
Yeah.
Are we going to a break, or is this just a walk-up?
No,
music?
this
Oh,
is just walk-up music.
There's a lot of radio stations. This would be my walk-up song right now. You ready? How many people could say this is their walk-up song, right?
I don't think anybody right now.
No,
I don't think
everybody.
anybody in baseball has it, though.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
You think somebody...
Yeah.
I thought it would just be unique to you at this point.
No,
Who's
everybody.
walking?
I hear this on radio stations all the time going to break, right?
Oh, sports and news talkers.
Exactly.
And, yeah. Well, this is a common bed that you'll hear, right?
Exactly.
Just because it's Cypress and people want to know that.
But it doesn't include the vocal part. You just
Exactly.
hear that music.
Exactly,
Right?
yes.
Well, yeah, but if it's walk-up music, you need the vocals, right?
You do?
Well, here's the thing. Depending on, for your part of it, you just want the riff.
I just want the riff.
Right, but if Tony's walking out to Insane in the Brain, then I feel like you're going to need Be Real in the background, right? I mean, isn't
Love
that part?
Be Real.
Yeah.
Be Real used to call into my shows out in L.A. when
that
I was
right?
on that.
Huge
Yes.
Lakers fan.
Love Be
Oh, yeah?
Real.
Yeah, guy is a gigantic Lakers
Yes.
fan. Yeah.
Maybe this one. This would probably be, if I had to decide, it'd probably be with this one. Be this. Because when you hear this song, can you stop moving? You have to move,
no,
right?
No, it's just something in you.
You have to bounce.
Right.
Bounce with me.
It's the music version of crack. You're hooked. 5 seconds into it, you're locked in, man.
This is Biggie, right?
It is Biggie.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Unbelievable. Now, does Eli Manning, does he have walk-up music? Did he have walk-up music?
No, he'll have sit-down music now starting on Sunday.
What would be the sit-down music?
I don't know. I have to think of sit-down songs. And obviously, in so many quarterbacks as we get to sports, as we transition to sports
Well,
now.
that's all right.
We had to have a little
We'll
fun.
transition back. Trust me, this won't last long.
No,
That's very odd for Eytan to transition into sports.
Exactly.
Well, we're at the 10-minute mark, so I figured we'd honor the people listening and then get back immediately because one of the three of us is going to say something to derail it. All you need to do is look at the Twitch board, and we'll be back off sports in a matter of seconds.
Exactly.
So trust me.
The best thing about the Twitch board, the live streaming, is it's like your audience is sitting there. They're like the studio audience, and they interact instantly.
It's awesome.
So it's not like you have to wait for it to tweet and then get to it. I mean, anytime you say something, they will immediately react. Whether you say something wrong, they correct you.
Right.
If you say something brilliant, they scold you. If you say something really brilliant, they may occasionally give you credit and say nice things.
And give you a bit.
Exactly. And throw some bits our way. That's how it works here.
But there's no applause sign.
No.
Like when you
no,
go
we don't
in
have
with
to
a
do
li-
that.
like a
What does
live
this
audience.
look like? The Big Bang Theory, where the audience laughs at every single line, even though they're not funny in any way, shape, or form. Do you ever notice that about that show?
Yes.
I don't even watch it. Robin will watch it all the time, and I'm
Yeah.
up in the upstairs in the office working, and I just keep hearing laughter,
I've laughed to that show.
but not consistently. They
No.
laugh at everything. They laugh at pauses in that show.
Not a
I-
belly laugh, ever.
No, all they do is laugh on that show.
There's a lot of laughing.
And I'm like,
and
dude, what did they say that was funny? I get some laughter. They laugh more than I do, and I laugh at everything.
this show has defined an entire generation and then some. Do you realize how many people, A, watch this show?
Big Bang
And-
Theory?
Yes, and then B, will bitch and moan when it gets pulled for divisional round series in baseball.
In syndication.
That's the point, is that TBS won't even pull real live episodes or new episodes. They'll pull remake or
Well, the show's done
Oh
now.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like but it used to be when the show was still on the air making new episodes, they would pull the reruns on TBS, and people would throw a fit because they watch. I don't understand it either. But
I don't get it. But listen, people watch what they want. I don't tell people what to watch, what to think. It became they just got $1 billion in syndication. Did you see that? Somebody just paid $1 billion for the rights to Big Bang
I'm
Theory
telling you.
Are you
on one of
serious?
these plus channels. You know, there's 72,000.
Like Hulu Plus or something,
Everything's
right?
plus now. Now it's going to cost you $400 a month to get the channels you want.
Not Canal Plus.
No, not
that's
Canal
the,
Plus. Yeah,
That's the original.
I'm already paying $300,
It's an outrage.
and I don't get the ACC network,
No, you don't.
which is a joke.
You don't get the ACC
No.
network?
I got every sports package Comcast Xfinity offers, and I don't get the ACC network.
It's an outrage.
It is.
You get the guy down there in Alabama that's on 24/7?
Feinbaum?
That's
Paul?
the SEC
Yeah, I get that.
network.
I get that.
Paul
Yeah.
Feinbaum, it doesn't matter what time of day it is.
No.
You turn it on, he's on there. He's on the he is the SEC network.
That's right. That's all they have.
No, they have some other
You
good
missed the
people.
show. Here it is again.
Tony, that's how
Anyway, we
they
got a lot
save
of
costs.
base-
They only have one guy on the air.
Who's that? The SEC?
Yeah, that's how they save costs. They just have Feinbaum all the
It's
time.
just over and over again.
No, they have. Hey, one of the guys who was on my radio station who won a contest is on the SEC network.
Is
I
that
know who
right?
that guy is. He went to Texas San Antonio. I believe.
Exactly right.
What is his name? I forget his name.
Damn, and it's bugging me now because when I was at Fox doing the morning
He's
show,
a nice guy.
We did win a chance to become, Andrew for a day. Andrew Siciliano was
Yeah.
on, so we had a Be Andrew for a Day contest, and we had people from all over the country submit their chance to come in, tapes. He came in with his wife.
Not Peter Burns.
Peter
Yes,
Burns is
that's
the
it.
correct
Okay.
answer. Let me
Okay.
give you a roaring round of applause.
It's a great pull.
That is a great pull.
I've
Peter
known
Burns.
him online for a little bit, for like 4 years or 5 years.
Yes.
We've known each
He
other
started
on
out
Twitter.
calling into the show.
Yeah.
And now, good for him, man. I mean, that's all the people who ask me, how do you do this? You guys get this all the time.
Yeah.
How do you do what you do?
Harry, not me.
You don't get that? You get that.
Yeah, you do.
Not as much as you'd think.
Anyway, anybody who hears somebody on
Right.
because you guys are on terrestrial radio. Anybody can have a podcast, and that's not a knock. You can put together some sort of a background or a career by having a podcast. You can specialize in basketball or football or baseball or just crazy stuff. Look at Twitch. I mean, there's so many channels. There's so much content out there now, and then there's still more content needed. People want content every day, and now you can get pretty much anything you want.
Well, there's somebody on the Twitch channel, Chris F29, who
Yes.
says that we're all wasting money. He or she gets every channel for $15 a month on 3 TVs.
On 3 TVs.
How is that possible? I need more information.
Yes.
The only
I don't
thing,
want to get arrested, though. I don't want to do
Right.
anything illegal.
I'm not pirating any channels.
Well,
okay?
you can.
I pay for porn for crying out loud.
You're the guy, huh? You're
trying
the
to
reason.
keep the industry in business.
Seriously, no wonder why
Chicks got to eat.
no wonder why Bang Bros can afford to throw that bid in. Harry's keeping them up.
Speaking of that, speaking of porn, and we don't like to do porn because a lot of children are listening, and we're really role models for the
I've
youth
gotten
of
nailed
America.
a couple of times on the show, Tony, for talking too much porn, and people have hit the text board 609-403-0973 and chastised me for bringing up porn.
Harry, you always try to drag me down that road.
But no, it's not that I'm looking to bring up porn. Porn follows, like when we find the Bang Bros story about the Miami arena, the American Airlines arena, and they're looking for a new sponsorship. I didn't make it up.
No, it
And
follows
now-
you like the
it's
PPA.
news.
And now the Jacksonville Jaguar quarterback Gardner Minshew,
Yes.
who looks pretty good. I mean, the guy comes off the plane. He
Yeah.
looks like he could be in a porn
In the
shoot, right?
70s.
And guess what? He now has been offered an endorsement deal. This is breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Is for real?
Gardner Minshew has reportedly gotten an offer of up to $1 million to lead an online weekly exercise class, live streaming it for Cam Soda Fit. Now, I didn't know who Cam Soda was, or Cam Newton, or Cam Cameron.
Cam Rogers.
Cam Rogers. Cam Soda. So when I mentioned that to Harry, he says, "Oh, I know Cam Soda."
Well, sure, Danny Daniels is on there. That's the only kind of soda I drink, Tom.
Cam soda?
Cam soda.
But is there a tax on it? If you drink it in Philadelphia,
oh,
you
yeah,
have to pay
you gotta
extra
pay
for Cam
absolutely.
soda.
Yes.
But anyway, so he, because, when he works out, this isn't me again, he works out with his jock strap on.
Oh, jeez.
And so these people saw him on a video inside the Jacksonville Jaguar clubhouse locker room wearing a jock strap. So they said, hey, let's get a guy to endorse Cam Soda Fit, and then he can lead either, fitness things, and it's done by porn stars normally.
Right.
So Cam Soda is a site where porn stars who actually are into fitness will work out every week or every day with different classes, yoga.
You got
you
hula
think-
hoop girls and
Exactly,
stuff
all
on
that
there.
stuff.
They're all naked, right?
I don't know. I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
They are.
Yeah,
They're naked, Harry?
The
I
women,
didn't know
I'm
that.
sure. So Gardner Minshew would have to do this naked,
No,
or in
No,
a
no,
jock
with a
strap?
jock strap on. Because he wears a jock strap. You think the NFL is going to say, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, right.
You started one game, and you're playing on Thursday Night Football.
He actually played well.
Yeah, I know he did. And he looks good, too. He looks the part.
Well,
Meanwhile, they'll
since
send Prince Fielder up into the body issue. Like, no problem. All right.
But since when has this looked back? Like Aaron Rodgers has the porn stash
Right,
too.
right.
no, he shaved that off
Oh, he
now
did?
again. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was part of the back and forth on the sideline last weekend between him and LaFleur.
Oh, the coach told him to shave the porn stash.
Exactly right.
By the way,
I do it.
EBC in Pennsylvania says Nick Foles jock straps sell for big bucks on eBay. I mean, you got to make a little extra money, especially now that Nick's not going to play for a while. You know?
Don't you think Cam Soda would approach Foles first?
Well, right.
Right? I mean, don't you think Foles was the first
They
guy?
got the wrong Jags quarterback.
Seriously. My goodness, shame on these guys if they
Jesus.
just stepped in now.
EKT87. It took only 15 minutes to get into porn talk. Brilliant.
I love it.
Let's give ourselves a roaring round of applause. Again, I don't look for these stories. These stories find me every day.
That's how it
when
happens.
I'm scouring the internet looking for quality tidbits that more people will talk about this Cam Soda thing than whether Colin Kaepernick is finally going to get a chance now that every quarterback in the NFL can't play anymore.
Right. I mean, if it's gotten to the point right now where you're down to 20 names that are open and he's not even getting a phone call, I don't even know why you're still having this conversation.
It really is unbelievable, though. You think about what's happened over the last couple of weeks, starting with Andrew Luck.
Yep.
And then Nick Foles got hurt, missing most of the year,
Big
if not
Ben.
the whole year, and Big Ben,
Yep.
surgery.
And don't forget Trevor Siemian
and
with
Breeze.
the Jets.
Oh, you can't
Trevor
forget
Breeze. And now the Jets pretty much are down to nothing. They got the kid from Washington State. All he did was hand
Falk.
off the other night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't
Nick
there
Falk.
3 quarterbacks from Washington
Well,
State?
Minshew's
right?
from Washington
Yeah,
State.
and there's
Falk.
another one, right?
Falk with the Jets. I don't know who the third one would
Luke
be.
Falk, who actually I think has the Pac-12 record for most touchdowns when he was up there. And now he was playing for the Jets the other night because he's all they had left.
Yeah, that's it.
And what they told him to do is don't throw the football. Just hand it off to Le'Veon Bell 100 times, and maybe we'll get close enough to kick another field goal while we're losing at home to the Cleveland Browns 23-3.
And trust me, Daniel Jones will be handing it off every
Yes,
play
he
to
will.
Saquon Barkley, probably.
Wow.
I don't know. I think they might win this football game, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was tempted.
Tampa over Tampa?
I'm tempted. Tampa, they swing back and forth, right? They almost tease you. And
There's a lot of swinging in Tampa. I
There
used to
is.
live there.
It was Jameis Winston. I mean, he's the quarterback, so you got to live that.
Right.
That's why it's the Sunshine State, Harry. You know me, I love me some Tampa Bay area. But the phones are blowing up right now.
That's amazing. You would think, the three of us out here, it'd be a matter
I
of
didn't even
time
have
for
to
the
give
phone.
out the phone number.
No, it just comes out. It follows you like the PPA in porn stories.
By the way, I'm looking very fat on the Twitch channel.
No, you're not. I'm
Yeah.
the one who's fat.
I'm fat.
You were on the
This is
keto
awful.
thing, and then you're
That
on.
didn't work.
Now you know what? Now what you're on? You told the guy the other night when you
Yeah,
were
I'm on the
talking-
Edo diet.
I'm on the Edo diet.
Is that
too.
the Judge
Forget
Ito?
keto. No,
No. Judge
Edo.
Ito.
Just eat it.
Oh, I thought it was the Judge Ito.
Not
diet.
the running back Edo.
Right, that's Edo Smith.
That's
Right.
great Edo Smith
For the
knowledge right
Falcons.
there.
Correct. Well,
Yeah.
that's where it came from.
Sure.
Judge Ito, yes.
Yeah. I don't know how that even happened. That's so random that his nickname
really
would be
weird.
that, right?
This is like second level knowledge that you're not getting on any other show.
No, not even the second level on SB Nation Radio.
Is that still on?
Yeah, they just shifted the time slot.
They did.
You can't even get that there. My goodness. They're different degrees of it. All right, we got the text board popping too, Tony, if you want to dive into this. 609-403-0973. Hulu Plus, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus doing a deal $15 a month.
For the three?
Yeah. So you can jam them all in there.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Harry, you're doing it wrong.
I know. I must
No,
be.
that's because I saw a list the other day that if you took all of these Plus stations, not Plus Models station, that's a different channel.
Right.
You get that for free on if you have the
Jesus.
connections. If you have connections at like Lane Bryant, I think
Right.
they give it to you for free.
Exactly.
If you go in and buy your wife or girlfriend
A handbag?
plus size models,
BBWs? Is that what you're talking
Not
about?
that there's anything wrong with it.
No.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. You get a month of the plus size channel, which isn't bad if you can get it for free. So anyway, because there was a thing the other day that listed all the new ones, CBS, Hulu,
Yes.
ESPN, and it was like $90 a month just for that, not including the internet,
Correct, where you're probably paying like $60, $70 a month.
at least.
Right.
Right? Because we have the high-speed stuff here.
Well,
to
you
do
need
this.
it for the Twitch. and-
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's
we
a
got to have the
difference.
highest speed available to man, woman, or children, or in the universe. So is the text board blowing up?
Stay current with breaking news, guys. In addition to farting in his doctor's face, Antonio Brown reportedly. Now, can I say the combination of going and farting at the same time, the S word? Can I say
No,
that?
you
No.
can't say it over the air. But by the way,
I
we
can't
debunked
say-
that story yesterday on this show.
You debunked it.
We played the tape of the doctor who was suing Antonio Brown. First of all, he's suing him for $11,000 that he claims Le'Veon Bell. He's a Pittsburgh doctor, so obviously when he was in Pittsburgh,
Wait, Brown.
Antonio Brown.
Antonio, what did
Yeah,
I say?
You said
Bell.
Le'Veon.
I'm sorry, no. Antonio
Okay.
Brown, when he was in Pittsburgh, everybody loved him, obviously. The Steelers loved him. He was the talk of the town. He was an unbelievable receiver. So his doctor, it was on tape. He's in the doctor's office. The doctor is doing what was the test he was doing with him yesterday? Rob?
He was doing the fat content.
Yeah, he was doing a fat content test. He was
Yeah.
like putting the
All
scope around him. And Le'Veon Bell's sitting there. And then all
Antonio
of us,
Brown.
And why do I keep saying Le'Veon Bell? Because they both got the hell out of Pittsburgh.
Bell's got his own problems.
Yeah, he's got the Jets. So Antonio Brown is standing there in his skivvies, and his doctor's doing the scan, and Antonio Brown passes wind, farts, and then the doctor laughs. He didn't fart in his face. The doctor was looking right at his chest and examining
The
him.
doctor was sitting down in a chair. Antonio Brown was standing, and he was passing this like wand or scanner
right.
on over him. And as he was doing it,
He unleashed.
He unleashed,
Fart.
but it wasn't like obnoxious. It
No,
was
the
clear
doctor
that he
laughs.
wasn't doing it on purpose.
We played the tape. The
Yeah.
doctor laughs, he laughs, and then it was a smelly one, obviously, and
Oh.
they both laughed. So then that's what the doctor is using as charges that he farted in his face, which has become the big story now. He didn't fart in his face. There's actual video to prove
Oh,
that he
my
didn't.
God.
And the reason why this is a big story, because everybody wants to now get down and find something bad to talk about Antonio Brown.